Welcome! Today we're going to talk about this lovely 2015 Tesla Model S 85 that we have for sale. One classic Tesla. Maybe you can't afford a brand new Tesla or a newer Tesla. Well, the older Model S's are proving to be great, reliable, very luxurious electric sedans. The Model S first came out in 2013, and when they first came out, we didn't really know how long they're going to last and what can go wrong with them. But now they've been out for a while. There's Model S's of 400. There's actually one with 1,000,000 miles on it. We've had many Model S's. I've had to service a lot of them. I know kind of the weak areas, and I'll kind of point out the weak and strong areas as far as what to look for on these things. But overall, the Model S has proven to be a very robust, very reliable vehicle. Battery degradation seems to be very minimal. They say it's maybe 0.5% or 1% a year. So after 20 years and 200,000 miles, you can still have 80-90% of battery capacity, which is not too bad. And this actually has some stuff on it that you can't get on brand new Model S's or brand new Teslas. So yeah, this is a great, nice, luxurious sedan. Very smooth, very quiet. And also it's 100% electric, so it's going to save you money on gas. And it's going to save you money on maintenance, because with electric vehicles, there's not a whole lot to do with maintenance. They're a lot less complex than gas cars. So let's get started going over this beautiful example. So this one has a real leather interior. Tesla put leather interiors on their products for a while. Well, the 3 and the Y have never had a leather interior, but the early S's and X's, they had leather interiors. Now they've switched to a synthetic material. So if you want the real deal, then you might want to check out one of these older S's. It's raining right now, but also we have a sunroof that actually opens. So I'm not going to open it at this point. But that's a great thing to consider, because the newer Teslas, I think 2017 or 2018 going onward, they did away with sunroofs that open. It's just a glass roof panel. So if you want one that opens, you want to maybe look at one of these older Model S's. All right, another thing to point out on this one is that this one is rear-wheel drive. So a lot of the newer Model S's, you can only get them with all-wheel drive. So with rear-wheel drive versus all-wheel drive, you're going to get a little bit better range compared to a similar all-wheel drive Model 85 and 85D, or even a P85D, which is a performance version. And the reason being, if you have another electric motor on the front, that's going to suck up more juice from the battery. You're going to go faster, but it's going to suck up more electricity, and it also adds weight. Adding weight to an electric vehicle also reduces its efficiency. And then since this is an older Model S and it's out of warranty, from a reliability standpoint, if you're going to talk about things to fix in the future, these are very reliable vehicles, but they do have some weak areas. And one of the weak areas that I noticed is that it's not uncommon for the front drive units to go out, the front electric motor. And I think that's about $3,000 to $5,000 to replace. The rear drive units provide most of the forward propulsion. They're a lot more heavy duty, a lot more robust. It's pretty rare that you see the rear drive units go out of warranty. I'll check on this one. It might still have a little bit of warranty left in the battery and the drive units, or the single drive units, since this is rear-wheel drive. But that's something to think about. If you want the most reliable Model S, rear-wheel drive was going to be a little bit more reliable. And then this one doesn't have the adjustable air suspension. The adjustable air suspensions can also be a weak point. We actually had a Model X not too long ago where we had to pay, I think it was about $1,800 to fix the air suspension. So that is another weak area on these things. Overall, they're very reliable, but every vehicle is a weak area, and I'm just pointing out a few. You have this huge screen for the infotainment system. Nice rear parking camera. Tesla, with their over-the-air updates, has kept the older Model S very relevant. It's constantly getting updates and improvements to the features. Even though this is an older one, they don't forget about it. They're constantly giving you over-the-air updates, improving the safety, and giving you more features and things to use. This one also has the highway autopilot, which they don't offer anymore on the newer Model S's. You can just get the basic autopilot. So the highway autopilot allows you to summon the vehicle. So with your mobile app, you can pull the vehicle forward out of a parking space, or you can move it backwards into a parking space if it's a tight squeeze for you. And then with the autopilot, you can put the turn signal on with the autopilot engaged, and it will automatically change lanes for you. That's the thing that you don't get with the newer autopilot. You'd have to get the enhanced autopilot or the full self-driving on some of the new Teslas to have some of those features. All right. This thing's in beautiful shape, inside and out. Forgot to mention the miles. We have 51,800 miles at the time of making this video. Really nice color combination on white on wheat leather. This thing's in beautiful shape. It's a clean Carfax vehicle. Really nice styling. They haven't actually moved too far from the original styling of the S. It was a wonderfully designed vehicle. And it still looks beautiful. So when they updated the Model S several times since it first came out, they haven't really diverted too much from the original design, which I think is a awesome thing because it's beautiful. Why not? You don't need to fix what's not broken. And it already was one of the lowest drag coefficients when it came out of any production vehicle on the road, on top of being beautiful. Even lower drag coefficient than the Prius or a Bolt, which we could argue the Model S is probably a little bit better looking than those vehicles. Okay, so without a front drive unit on the Model S, you have a lot bigger frunk. If you look at the front of a dual motor Model S, the front is probably about half the size. It's actually almost like having another trunk how big it is. Pretty remarkable. And unlike the Model 3 or the Y, which are compacts, the Model S is a full-size sedan, so you have a lot more space. It's almost like an electric, S-Class Mercedes or BMW 7 Series. You have a more high-end material. I have a Model 3, which I love, but you definitely have a little more pizzazz, a little bit, more stuff going on, wood trim and leather and stitching and stuff on the interior. It feels much more luxurious than the 3 or Y, which is pretty basic. Another common area, probably the most common thing to break on the Model S, is these pop-out door handles. I actually have another one that just broke. Luckily, it's not too expensive. Tesla charges a little under $400 to replace it. They have a mobile service, so for some things, you actually don't have to go into the Tesla dealership. They have a mobile repair person which can come out and fix things. So they're going to come to our dealership and they're going to replace this. I don't even have to take it to the Tesla store. So that's something to consider too with your future Tesla ownership if you're thinking about buying one. Lots of space back here, even though it has the silhouette of a sedan. It's a hatchback, which is a lot more practical. You have a little bit more cargo space under there as well, and you can also fold down the seats. So there we have it, one beautiful example of a 2015 Model S 85. Thanks for taking the time today to watch this video. Hopefully see you soon and have a wonderful day.